What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, Brian and I are surprising our dad with a light modification for his Toyota 4Runner. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it, where we have these lights here from Lastfit Auto Lighting. I'll have a link to their website down in the description below. And if you guys use our promo code, you can save 10% on your next order. So as you can see, over on the other side of Brian there is the harness and everything along with the switch. We have everything for the battery connection as well. And then these are going to be his new ditch lights. So we have a universal bracket for them, some more wiring to hook them up, and then look at these lights. How cool is that?
Those massive LEDs.
So our dad uses the 4Runner a lot as a utility vehicle. He's always hooking up the trailer to it, going down the side of the house. He needs some extra lighting for using this truck off-road, or on the side, in the grass, whatever you want to call it. But it's always nice to have extra lighting. So if you're using work trucks and you need extra spotlights, this is definitely a great mod to do. I have the same lights on my Tacoma, but I use those for off-roading just to see a little bit more at nighttime as well. So this will definitely be a pretty cool mod. This should be a plug-and-play system, basically. Should be relatively easy to hook up. So with these lights, you can basically install them wherever you want on your vehicle. So we're gonna mimic how I have them on my Tacoma, putting them on the base of the hood. And in order to do that, we went ahead and ordered these brackets off of Amazon. I'll have these down in the description below. You can also find these brackets for your specific vehicle as well. So basically what we're going to do is utilize these stock bolts in the underside of the hood. And I'm not sure which one I want to use yet because we only have one hole. So it's either going to sit just like this using that top bolt, or we can space it a little bit more using the back bolt, but we might have a little bit of clearance issues there. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the upper bolt here first. And we're finding this is basically the easiest way to mount these lights because unlike the Jeep Wrangler video that I did where I had bolts on the top, there's really no other places to mount these. So this is really the easiest way, and I think it's the best way to do it on any vehicle really, because it's just that easy to go ahead and reinstall this bolt. We're actually not touching. That's a pretty close fitment.
I don't know if a bolt's gonna go under it though.
Yeah, we might have to figure out which way that will go. With the test fit of those brackets now done, we're gonna go ahead and mount the brackets to the underside of these brackets here because we had about a 1/4 inch of room between the paint and the underside of this bracket. So I don't wanna risk scratching the paint or anything, especially since it's not my vehicle. So with the supplied hardware, we can go ahead and mount these brackets. Now there are two different ways you can have these. I think it's gonna look cooler like this with the angle going this way. And then the light can sit right about here, and we still have clearance with that bolt going the other way. So usually I'd have the bolt going the other way, but with our clearance with the paint, it's going to sit just like this, which is nice that we still have clearance to put this on. And obviously there are so many different angles that you can do this. I'm gonna try to get it to a 45-degree angle here as best I can. That way it will provide a lot more side lighting. So when he has his headlights and his fog lights on, this will be that ditch lighting setup that I mentioned earlier, providing a lot of light on both sides. With our completed bracket, it's time to install the lights now. So with the provided hardware, you'll see we're using a lock washer along with a washer, and then we're going to place another washer in between the bracket and the light itself. So I need to go ahead and do that one-handed here. And there's a little bit of give to these brackets, so that's why we're adding some more space here just to enclose that a little bit more. And so you'll see I have one side done there. I just have to do the other side, of course. And here's a quick test fit and mock-up of what it's going to look like. Should we show Dad a sneak peek?
Let's do it.
Do you want to see him yet or not? No? All right. So we'll go ahead and install this side for him because we already did the other side. And it's actually looking really good so far. So with this up underneath, you can see that clearance issue that we kind of sort of had. It's actually larger than we thought earlier.
Yeah, it looks much better now that it's mocked up.
Yeah,
legit.
So that's actually really good. But I would recommend on any vehicle, if you're doing this, definitely go ahead and install that first, just to give you a little bit more leeway without having to risk damaging your paint.
Yeah. We have about 1 centimeter, but last thing I want to do is have to stick something in here.
Yeah. So here's a sneak peek for you guys with the lights on. I think we want, or not the lights on, installed of course. I think we're probably going to want to turn these just a little bit like this. And of course you can make all the adjustments you want depending on where you want them to aim. But it looks a little funky on a stock 4Runner, but they're going to be functional for them. What do you think?
Yeah.
They look really cool.
Looking good. They'll definitely get their use. And for those of you overlanders, of course, you know, with more aggressive setup, it'd
Yeah.
look more at home, but
Yeah.
looking pretty cool.
So now it is time to move on to the wiring, which is probably the easiest part. Just figuring out how to hook them up and where you want them might take a little bit longer. But with the supplied hardware that we have a terminal for the battery here along with the relay. So once I open this up, this side will attach to the battery with our positive and negative. And then we have our connections for both of the lights along with this really cool switch. So what we need to figure out, and I think we're right, Bri, I think this is the switch connection. Yes, it is. Okay. So we can disconnect the switch and run this through the firewall. So that way this is on the interior. And I like how it has red and green. So you'll be able to tell when it's on or not on. And of course, you'll see the lights on or off. But that'll make it much easier to run through the firewall. Okay, so what we're going to do in order to hook up our wiring, now that we have it laid out, we have this snake here that we're gonna run through all the way to the driver's side and then pull back the wiring to attach to the passenger side here. So there are some other wires hidden up underneath here, and that'll be our best bet to hide these wires and give it that factory look. So we'll go ahead and start snaking this to the driver's side, and hopefully we can see it come out over there.
So I've gotten a hold of it and he's slowly pulling it back. I'm holding the end, so keep going back.
Can you feel it yet?
Wait, right there.
Right there?
Right there.
Perfect.
There we go.
Nice, for the win. All right, and now we're going to tape this end of it so that way we can pull it back. Now we could have removed all of these clips here, but we didn't want to break anything. So
they were really, really tight, and my luck, they'd fall into the engine bay, which is what happened on another car.
yeah. So this will be our best bet. Just like that.
Yep.
What are we stuck on already? There we go. We just got the snake end out, and you can see this connection for the passenger side. We're going to put this tab back in place so that way the wire is over on the far end there, and you really won't see them that much between the connection and the back side of the light there. So it's going to look pretty factory, and that's what we like doing on all of our installs. So Brian's just going to work on getting that back in place, and you won't even be able to tell. We'll zip tie that or something just to clean it up a little bit more.
Can't tell at all.
But that is the passenger side. So that's the windshield washer fluid spray, I think. So we have that wire next to it. That'll look nice and clean. You can see the wires disappeared running all the way over to the driver's side. Next up, we're gonna move on to the switch. So I'm going to disconnect this end right here, and we're going straight through the firewall. So we're going to use this grommet right here. Most vehicles, that will be in a similar area. It's pretty much the same spot as the Tacoma. So now we need to figure out how to get this switch through that hole. You might have to go on the inside, and then that way once I pop it through, you can pull this. Can you see it?
Yep.
Pull. Can you pull yet? Brian,
Yeah.
pull. Keep pulling all the way to the, we'll get as much of the switch as possible. Okay, stop right there. All right, so I've left just enough where we can reattach what I just unplugged. Where is that end? Right there. So now we can plug the switch back in. That's the easiest way to do that, and it took, wow, that actually didn't take too much time.
Yeah, that was the quickest one we've done.
So with our excess wires, I think we're going to try to put them behind one of these panels. We'll see where we have some room to do that. So we do have a positive and a negative, and then we need to find a bolt for this. We could just put it right there and just have it hidden right there, and then hook up these sides. There, how's that look?
Yeah.
We're getting there. There's a lot of extra wires to try to shove under here, but this is a really good spot to conceal all of these wires. And we might just need to do some zip ties here just to clean this up a little bit more. And that way we know we'll have enough clearance when he opens and closes the hood. And won't have to worry about any of that. Before we go ahead and show the lights working, we're going to install the switch in this blank area right here. Now, what do you think could have gone there for a higher trim level? It's not a sunroof or anything like that, but
I don't know.
It's a good spot to put this switch. So we have more wire than we need, so we can clean that up and stick it back up underneath there. But that actually works. That's a really good spot. So you can see it's in the red color right now, which means they are off. And if Brian goes ahead and turns it to green, There we go. Now, of course, we're out in the daylight here, but as you've hopefully seen from previous videos, I'll put some down in the description below on the Tacoma. These are incredibly bright at nighttime. So he can angle these however he wants, along with the headlights and the fog lights, and really get a 180 view of the front of his truck here while he's working at nighttime. So this is definitely an awesome mod if you're using these for work or off-roading, you're overlanding, going off-road at nighttime, hitting trails and stuff like that. Definitely an awesome upgrade. You can put these anywhere on your vehicle, which makes it very convenient. But now it's time to go ahead and get our dad's reaction since he hasn't seen this just yet. So we'll turn him off, of course, and go grab him. Hey, Dad. Do you want to come check out the lights? Yeah. They're all ready to go. Maddie, where's Maddie? Maddie, come here. Yeah, Maddie, you want to check them out too? Come here, girl. Come on, Maddie. Come on, Maddie. Come on. She's too excited. She's too excited for the lights. Okay, you ready, Maddie? Look at the lights we got them. Look at the lights we got them. You can help too. So here we go with your reaction. Wow, that's awesome. Woo! Of course, it's during the day, so they're not crazy bright.
They're bright.
But if you're working on the side of the house or something, these would be incredibly bright. What do you think of them?
I think they're cool. Yeah, we can angle them.
You can angle them however you want.
Wow, they're bright. Nice.
New lights for the 4Runner. I think we got his approval. And it didn't take that long, like a half hour.
Here, you just press them on and off.
Oh yeah, so the switch is up underneath. Almost looks factory.
Oh yeah, that's right at that blank spot.
What do you think, Maddie? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? There you guys have it, the installation of these new lights for our dad's 4Runner. I think he's really going to enjoy these and get to use them at nighttime when he's working on the house or something like that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. We'll also have Lastfit in... Dang it, I screwed that up. No, that's good. We also have Lastfit's information down in the description below. You can use our promo code to save 10% on your next order. We'll see you guys in the next video.